Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langaayate girim, yatkripatamham vande, Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यदेशतारिणि वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा we are very grateful and happy to be here. And I would want to know how many of you are Telugu speaking. Okay, good. How many of you do not understand the Telugu? Okay, for all of your pleasure, we will do the class in Tenglish. So I'm very happy to be with all of you. I was asking, what is the topic today? So the devotee said, as such, there is no topic, but you could speak something inspiring. So I thought, let me share some things which were just going in my mind. Uh, Something about importance of practicing Krishna consciousness. Uh, what is the necessity and importance to practice Krishna Bhakti is what we wanted to speak today. But any of you have any ideas? What do you want to hear today?
Anything about Krishna from your
Anything about Krishna. Okay. Anybody else?
your experiences, like as Mataji was saying, I think you did engineering and then you were working and then you came towards Krishna consciousness, right? Maybe that.
Okay.
You will find them in so much detail.
Okay, so my experiences in Krishna consciousness. Anybody else want any other things?
How to live a good life.
How to give a good life. How to live a good life. Okay, very good. And
Waking up in the morning is becoming so difficult. Your one of the charts about waking up at Brahma Muhurt, I was inspired, tried to, but I couldn't keep it.
I am also not able to do because of the jet lag. Yes, Madhuri.
How to be always happy to do. Like when we see your lectures, I mean, I don't understand them, but you're always smiling and shining. How is that possible? And everybody around you in the lectures also, like they are very jubilant and happy. And it's
How to be happy. Okay. Any other things?
How to change the mind.
How to change the mind of people. We are always thinking to change the mind of other people. Okay, how to change the mind, whether it is ours or others. Okay. Then
Balancing spiritual life and personal life.
balancing spiritual life and personal life. Yes.
How to reach Krishna.
How to reach Krishna. Very good. So with all the inputs you gave, we are going to do class till tomorrow morning. But you gave so many ideas to speak about and so many amazing topics. So I hope tomorrow directly from here you could go to the office. You ready? Very good. So let me combine everything what you said and make an item called khichdi. How many of you like khichdi? Okay. So generally it is patient's food, it is said. So when we were young and when we would fall sick, my mother would make khichdi. So actually we are also patients in one sense. What is our disease?
Attached to material.
Attachment to material things. Very good. You diagnosed this well. Any other diseases we have?
Not knowing what is.
Not knowing our disease.
Exactly.
That is once we can clap for him. See, if we understand what is our problem, then we can take medicine. If we don't know what is the problem, then how will we take medicine? It is said, our acharyas say, that the holy name is like a very wonderful medicine. Like the sugar cane juice is for jaundice. Jaundice is called yellow fever. In India, it is very common. So it is said that in Ayurveda Shastra, that if somebody gets jaundice, you have to keep drinking sugarcane juice. But when you drink sugarcane juice, it appears very, very kadava. Is what? Kadava is bitter. So, but you do not abstain from drinking it. You just have to sip it, keep sipping it. When the disease starts coming down, then you will be able to taste the sweetness of the sugarcane more and more and more. So, in the same way, spiritual practices are sometimes very difficult actually. Getting up early in the morning, especially in London, when it is nice and cozy and snowfall is happening, when the temperature is 18, 19 in India, now the temperature is 47 degrees. Is what in, how do you calculate temperature here?
Centigrade.
Centigrade? 47. I was just in Australia and then I came to India and I was feeling such difference in temperature. And from India, when I came to UK, again so much difference in temperature. And it is summer here, but it is colder than our winters. So when there are many challenges, when we become very complacent, when we take easy, then everything in spirituality becomes very like a very big burden actually. But when you really love something, when you understand the importance of something, then you actually very happily do it. Like our Mataji and Prabhuji, both of them, they have program in their home from morning 4 o'clock till 10:30. Mataji spends time with the deities there. How is she able to do it? With managing her entire family and her house and her health and different things, like all of us have, because she's very dedicated. So the dedication is what we want. How to be dedicated is when we understand how important it is to be dedicated. Okay? So, like everybody was asking that what is your personal experience in Krishna consciousness? So I will tell you, when I was in university, she's doing something with the sound system. So when I was at the university, I had one roommate. So we had this big room and we had two beds. So my roommate, he had this particular nature. He would bathe only on Sunday evenings. So entire week, my college university would start at 8 o'clock and he would get up at 7:55 a.m. dot. And he would get up from his bed, put the spray and go to college. Only Muhurtam, when he is going to take bath, is Sunday evening 7 p.m. If he misses that, then it will be the next Sunday. That is how he was. And I could not tolerate the way he would live. So then I took a plaster and I taped half of my room. Said, that half is yours, this half is mine. You don't come this side, I will not come that side. So that was the pact. But then one day, he actually slowly developed this quality or bad habit of taking drugs. So he would always spend, he would ask, he was his had only mother, and she would very tirelessly work every day actually and make money for him and his sister. And he would keep calling her and keep telling her, please give me money for this project. I need laptop, I need bike, I need this, I need that. Keep taking money and keep buying drugs and keep doing gambling, so many things. And one day, you know what happened? There is something called the anti-drug squad in India. I don't know how many of you have it here. So they were checking each room for drugs. If you get those drugs, you will be removed from college. So they were checking each college and they came into my room. And you know what this fellow did? He had this white color powder. It's called ganja, I think so, in Telugu or Hindi. I don't know what it is called. He mixed that powder with the powder by which I put tilak. So in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, if you see, Balaji has this white tilak like this. It is called Tirumal. So every day we would put tilak with that white color. So he removed my dabba and put it in that and closed my dabba. So the anti-ragging squad, they came inside. They checked everything actually. They would tear the bed and check inside the bed also. And they slowly came to my deities. That fellow, he took the dabba, he opened it, and he saw the white powder. He saw my face. In the white powder. My face. In the dabba. Seeing my face. And I had this big white and in between red tilak. Then, okay. And he closed and kept it there and Then I thought Krishna just saved me. Then when he went, I told him, see, what you were doing, you were putting your life in risk. Uh, you were just spoiling your entire existence by doing this small. Yeah, you are being attached to this bad habit. How dangerous it would be for you. You know what he said? I understood today. I will not take drugs again from tomorrow. I have completely realized that this is what is wrong and everything. And next 2 days he was good. And the third day again he bought one white packet. He was thinking that why is he not able to follow? He knows that it is wrong, but he is not able to live that habit. I was thinking, what will give us that determination? Then, when I started reading Srila Prabhupada books, when we started chanting, we understood that this sadhana, this practice is what will strengthen your mind to not go in wrong direction. Like I was giving one interview in India. So after I gave the interview, it was in the fifth floor. Then I was walking down the stairs. So one person in India, there is a practice, Mataji, that for every deity they worship, for 1 month, like we have our Kanti Mala, they put Mala for 1 month. So only that 1 month they follow all the principles of not eating onions and garlic, four regulative principles, getting up in the morning, doing their sadhana, going to the temple, like that. Only for 1 month in a year. Entire year they are doing whatever they want. So then mala వేసుకోవటం అంటారు తెలుసు కదా తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరికీ. So he had put this mala and he's walking with me. So they have every deity has one cloth. Some have red, some have green, some have white, yellow, black. So this fellow had one color, black color, and he wore mala and he's walking with me. And one person is running up the stairs and we are walking down. While running up the stairs, this person's shoulder touched the person who was wearing that spiritual mala, and he fell down on the ground. And he got up. Then he dusted his shoulder and he just walked with me. When we reached ground floor, he said, see, Prabhuji, if I was not wearing this mala, today his nose would be bleeding. And that is, I would have punched him and his nose would be bleeding. గుద్దుంటే ప్రభు ముక్కు పగులుండేది. That is what he said. You know what I said? You put this mala for entire year. So many nonsense will be said. Then when I sat in the car, I was reflecting. What made him not react is, you know why? He was identifying with that spiritual thing which was there in his neck. He was thinking, now I am in a spiritual diksha, so I should not react in this way. I was thinking, why not we have this identity forever? Then we will understand how to respond instead of reacting. What gives us that strength always in our lives of not reacting to every situation in a bad way, but to respond it properly is the spiritual identity. The more we are grounded in the spiritual foundation, the more we are grounded in the association, the more we develop all these good qualities which come. Actually, it is not that everybody of us does not know what is good and what is wrong. All of us know what is good and what is right. It is just that we have problem in practicing what is right. So that will come when we are in the association of people who are doing it properly. That is the most important. You know, it is said that in this world, anybody who is going to hell will not go alone. You know why? Somebody has to play cards or gamble. You cannot gamble alone, right? You will call 5, 6 people, sit in a casino and gamble. It is said that if somebody has to drink, they don't drink alone, they call his friends. I have been going all around London So many people are drinking, but I have not seen one alone person drinking. Everybody is drinking in groups. Early in the morning at 11 o'clock, people are sitting and drinking. So, anything bad will not happen alone. It will need somebody. In the same way, it is said that Vaishnavas do not go to Goloka alone. They would want to take many people with them. So, if you want to get into the flight, you have to be in the right kind of association. Many times, what happens is the glitters of the world are very tempting, but it is not always right for us. I'll give you one example. One person, he got a very nice offer, maybe Christmas. What do you call Thanksgiving? You have Thanksgiving here? So he got Thanksgiving offer. You know what is the offer? That we will take you to heaven, we will take you to hell. Both we will show. Whatever you want, we will give you. See, such nice offer. How many of you want this offer? Still thinking. You may think it is impractical, but you may get if you want. So this person, he was kept in a flight and they took him to hell. He said, no, no, first we will see heaven and come. Are you sure? Yeah, okay, we will see heaven and come. So he went to heaven. Indra was sitting. Apsara. So also there, Menaka, Urvashi, Ramba, but they are doing some Kuchipudi Bharatanatyam. We don't want to see Kuchipudi Bharatanatyam always, right? We will see for half an hour in the festivals. That is most that is all are done. And then you want to see some Bollywood and Hollywood movies or something like that. So he felt okay, it is very serene and beautiful, but not so entertaining. Then he said, okay, let us go and see the hell. So he goes to hell and he says, all these kinds of songs and happening and flashlights. He said, oh, this is like our London. Very nice. Can I stay here? So the person said, are you sure you want to stay in the hell? I said, yes, sir, this looks so familiar with me. I want to stay here. Are you sure you don't want to go to heaven? I said, yes, I don't want to go to heaven. Then the Yamadutas, they leave him in the hell, they go back. And then he's slowly walking, exploring different streets and different areas in in the hell. And then there is a big door. And the door opens and he goes inside and then see people are getting fried. People are being cut and people are being marinated. People are being massaged. People are being fed molten iron. He said, my God, what is this? What was outside and what is inside? And the Yamaduta said, that is our advertising department. So the advertisements are very attractive actually in this world. So we fall in the trap of those advertisements. That's why it is said that everything glitters is not gold. Correct? We are always after the glitters of this world, but we are not able to understand the simple, beautiful experiences which association of devotees can give. When we start understanding that, then we will realize how fortunate we are, how amazing Krishna has done by getting into the association, giving us the association of devotees. It is said that we can get anything in this world, we can achieve anything in this world. But one thing Bhagavan will not give is the association of devotees. There was one minister who did a serious crime. So this king was thinking that I have to punish this minister, but not so seriously because he did so much of service to the kingdom. He was thinking, what should I do? What punishment to give? Entire night he was thinking. Finally, he decided that let me keep this minister in a big bungalow which has 1,000 doors. How many doors? 1,000 doors. And out of which 999 doors are locked. Only one door is open. If the minister finds this door, he'll be out. That is the punishment he wanted to give. So he puts the minister inside. And this fellow, everything inside is dark. Eyes are tied. And he's finding out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 950, 990, 999th door he came. How many doors are left? Just when he came to the 999th door, one mosquito started around him. He was thinking, this mosquito is irritating me. Let me kill this mosquito. Like that he was doing, and he crossed the 1000th door. Where he came? To the first door. Like that, we have crossed millions of species and came to this human life, which is the door for us to get out of this material world. But what we are doing? We are trying to chase over small mosquitoes like pleasures in this world, and we are losing the opportunity to perfect our life. But when we understand, oh Krishna, whatever you may be giving, the biggest gift you have given is the human birth. Durlabho manusho deho tadapi durlabha mardhada manushyatvam mumukshatvam vaikunta priyadarshanam. It is said that the most rarest of rare things is to get a human birth. And after getting human birth, behaving like a human being is even more rare. Because most of the people think that getting human birth is what we are humans. No, sir, it is not like that. Getting human birth and behaving like human beings has big difference. Only when you start behaving like human being, then you get an idea of what is the reality of this world. Let me understand. That is called mumukshatva. That we inquire about God, inquire about ourselves. And then the most rarest of things is manushyatvam, mumukshatva, vaikunta priyadarshana, is getting the association of devotees. So when a jiva is bestowed with association of devotees, once when he leaves, see, there are two situations. Once when Krishna sees that we are coming into the association, what is his reaction? You know what is his reaction in the spiritual world? When Krishna sees that some jiva has come into the association of devotees, how many of you are coming for the first time to satsang? Okay, first time you are coming. You know what Krishna is doing for all of you in Golok Vrindavan? It seems that he has arranged a big feast for all the Golokvasis. You know why? Krishna is feeling, this person has come into the association of devotees. That means it will not take him long time to come back to me. And it seems he celebrates in Goloka that, oh my God, my daughter or my son is coming back to me. And you know, when somebody fortunate jiva comes into the association and leaves the association, oh my God, he just missed the flight. So sad, so unfortunate. How will he come back again? That is what Krishna reacts. So when this association is given to us, when this association is bestowed to us, we have to very, 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 very nicely cherish this association. And when we practice in the association of devotees, when we read Srila Prabhupada's books, that is when we get this very amazing confidence actually in our spiritual life. You see, dear devotees, that it is very difficult to please the people of this world. That's why we are always, very stressed to impress other people. The only stress is how can we impress this person? How can we impress this person? How can we impress this person? Always behind impressing. But the only thing we don't understand is you cannot impress anybody in this world. Like I went to one devotee's house. The lady in the house, she made 10 preparations. And she served all the preparations on the table, and she was serving, and she asked her 3 kids and husband, and all of us were sitting, and she said, "How is the prasad?" Yeah, her elder son said, "The salt is less." Like that he said. And the husband said, "This is not cooked properly." And the third younger child said, "This is too sweet." I was just observing, I did not say anything. And you know what the Mataji said? The waste of cooking for all of you. You will never change. Like that she said. You know why it is? Because the more any kind of endeavor you try to take with anybody in this world, their expectations from us keep increasing. They'll say, "Okay, okay, you did it, but what I was expecting is more. What I was expecting is more. What I was expecting is more." But the only person in this world who does not expect anything from us, but always wants to reciprocate with whatever small thing which we are doing, even though we have done with so many mistakes, is Krishna. That's why we say, Mantrahinam, Kriyahinam, Bhaktihinam, Janardana, Yadpujitam, Mayadeva, Paripurnam, Tadastute. He said, after every aradhana, we pray to Krishna, "Krishna, I have no bhakti. Krishna, I have not chanted the mantras nicely. Krishna, I have not performed this puja nicely. But please forgive me." And he understands. So I heard that now everybody is writing their 11th exams, 12th exam, university exams. If they say, "Oh, teacher, please forgive me. I have just done some mistakes in the paper. I will rectify it again. Bhakti Hinam, Kriya Hinam, Formula Hinam, process Hinam, Yat Pujitam, Mayadeva, Paripurnam, Tadastute." What will they do? Huh? Will they consider our prayer? Will anybody consider our prayer? Huh? If you go with 120 miles per hour and you get these points on your license and you get the love letter to your home to please pay the fine, please, this is the last time. Please forgive me. Next time I will correct. Will the government forgive you? Huh? Will anybody forgive us for any of our just prayers in this world? Yes, only Krishna. Such an innocent person, actually. Such a loving person. Actually. We have done whatever we want, but again we are telling him just, "Sorry, sir, we will correct again," and he is believing us. Thinking, "Okay, he will change next time." Next time also you do the same thing, and pray, "Krishna, next time will do." He's ready to forgive us. So many times he has been forgiving us. He has been loving us. He has been supporting us. And we have forgotten him. And we are running behind everybody who is ditching us already, who is betraying us already. See how different is the consciousness of a human being. So when we understand how loving Krishna is, how merciful Krishna is, and how understanding Krishna is, I will tell you a story from Bhagavatam because somebody also wanted to hear about Krishna Leela. How many of you have heard the story of Gajendra? Yes, how many of you have heard Gajendra Moksha? You have heard? So I was in one place in Australia and the topic was Gajendra Moksha. So the host, the organizer came to me and he said, "Prabhu, if you say Gajendra Moksha, nobody would want to come because that is such a scriptural name. Can you please think of something very interesting that people come?" I was thinking, what can we make Gajendra Moksha into interesting thing? Then I was thinking for a long time and then I messaged him, "You keep this topic, a holiday turned into a nightmare." Then everybody was interested. What is going to tell about holiday turning into a nightmare? Is it some horror movie, horror story or something? And they turned up, around 200-300 people came. And they were thinking, what will happen in a holiday? Whose holiday? How did it turn into a nightmare? Then I told actually Gajendra was on holiday with all his family members, with all his wives and children. He thought it is a sunny day on a weekend. I heard it's a long weekend this weekend. Okay, well, good.
Chai. Which of chai?
So no problem, let it be. Where I was now, Gajendra on a holiday. So Gajendra was going. He thought, let me go and drink some water. So he goes and he starts drinking water from the very sweet waters, it seems, and it had flavors of lotus flower, the fragrant water, and there was lot of pollen, lotus pollen. So it was looking as if the pond was shining because of all the pollen and all the beautiful lotus flowers, and the breeze which was flowing was so soothing. And Gajendra was walking. With all the wives and children, everybody going. So he started drinking water and he gave his children water. He gave his wives water. Everything is done. Water drinking is over. What was the purpose Gajendra entered the lake? To drink water. He drank water. Purpose was over. But still what he was doing? He was taking the water and putting on everybody. He was making his wives bathe, he was making his children bathe, and he was showering, and he was taking the lotus flowers, hitting each other. One crocodile was watching. What is this fellow doing? He came to drink water. He should have drunk water and get lost from here. Why is this fellow spoiling the lake? Let me teach him a lesson. That is what the crocodile. What the crocodile did? It went directly and caught hold of Gajendra's legs. And Gajendra thought, Arey, small crocodile, what it will do? And then it started pulling Gajendra down. And Gajendra started pulling the crocodile up. They were fighting. All the family members, hundreds of them. You know what they were doing? Watching as if it is England and India cricket final. They could not do anything. None of them were coming to save Gajendra. You know, people of this world are always with us, and in emergency they disappear. Krishna is not always with us in the sense he will not be visible to us, but in emergency he will save us. That is the difference between people of this world and Bhagavan. You may be thinking, these fellows are always there, let me invest in them. At the right time when you want them, they will disappear. One devotee would always tell me, Prabhu, please call me any service, please call me any service. As soon as I call him, not reachable. So that is how the people of this world are. But Krishna is always ready when he will call me, when he will call me, when she will call me, when she will call me. Just call him and he will attend. So it is a choice in our hands that whom would we want to invest time. That's why great Acharya called Sripad Shankaracharya, he says, Nahi nahi rakshat dukram karani. Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshat dukram karani. Bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudamate. Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi nahi rakshati dukram karani. Like when we go to the hospital, somebody is admitted in the ICU. Like today I was going, who was there when they were driving me? No. From Mana. I met Keshav Maharaj and I was going to one devotee's house and I got a call from India. I answered the call. So some devotees in our congregation, they made some chapatis with millet, some new millet recipe, and they made and they offered and they ate and they got food poison. They were admitted in ICU. And they said, Prabhu, please talk to them from ICU. So they were lying on the ICU bed. This devotee was not allowed inside. So from outside the door, he's showing me those devotees. So I said, Prabhu, please take care. I'm chanting for you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram. This is what we can do. but Krishna is only with them. Hmm? When we are in difficulties, when we are in emergency, only people can do is look from the window of I see what is this fellow doing. That's all. Nobody can help us. Only person who will help us is Krishna. So Gajendra called out for everybody. He was actually waiting. None of his wives responded. None of his children responded. And all the devatas came in the sky and they were waiting. Will Gajendra call for us? Will Gajendra call for us? Will Gajendra call for us? But Gajendra thought, let me not compromise. Let me call the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then he prayed for Lord Hari to come and protect him. And Lord Hari came so fast and killed the crocodile. Liberated, not killed, liberated the crocodile and accepted Gajendra. And you know what Hari did? When he went and he was embracing Gajendra and he said, he had a lotus flower no, in his hands that he was trying to put on one of his wives. But then the crocodile came and caught him. So he had that crocodile only and he's doing all the nap. So Bhagavan, when he came, he thought, Hare, to offer me a lotus flower, you took so much risk. And he took the lotus flower. He said, you wanted to offer me to my lotus feet? Okay, I am putting. And Bhagavan himself put the lotus flower to his. Rajendra was thinking, when did I wanted to offer him a lotus flower? Now, what kind of foolish person is? Actually, Krishna is so sweet and Krishna is so simple. You really want to give something to the other person, that other person is thinking, why did this fellow get cheap flowers to me? He should have got some rose flowers. But Krishna, we are not intentionally offering him, but he's thinking we are doing. See such a big difference between people of this world and people of the other. So when we understand how loving Krishna is, when we understand how merciful Krishna is, the same experience of Krishna is only found in the association of his devotees. Where can you find Krishna? Is you can find in the association of devotees. When you come regularly and you practice Krishna consciousness, because alone it is most difficult. Alone you cannot do any good thing. The only good thing you can do alone is sleep nicely. That's all. Nothing else we will be able to do if we are alone. So when we are in the association of devotees, when we are with people, like when I was at the university, so there were some very tough subjects. So what we would do is we were 4 friends, and we would tell 3 of them, the 4 of us, that you learn study one chapter. So you would study one chapter, you would study second chapter, you would study chapter, I would study fourth chapter, and next day morning we would all discuss it. So it would be so easy. I just have to study only one chapter, but the other 3 people will give me what the other 3 chapters are saying. See how easy it is. So when we are in the association of devotees, our spiritual life becomes easy because somebody is making some arrangements for us, somebody is praying for us, somebody is imparting knowledge for us, and we are learning different aspects of Krishna consciousness from different devotees. And sadhana becomes easy when we read Srila Prabhupada's books. How many of you have heard the Bhagavatam class I gave in Zoga temple? Anybody of you heard? I told one story. Okay, let me repeat it again. Nobody has heard. So I was in India in May last year. I was in Delhi for some work. So I was staying in a devotee's house. So this devotee, she is from a place called Punjab. Any Punjabis here? Huh? Okay. So you are from Punjab?
From Haryana, but it's near.
Okay. So we can consider you Punjabi also. So she made a very nice prasadam for all of us. So we were honoring prasad and I was just talking to the devotee in the house. Mataji, what do you do? I said. She said, Prabhu, I am a professor in the university. I said, wonderful, what do you teach? She said, I teach Sanskrit, Prabhu, like that she said. I said, wonderful, Mataji, what did you study? I did PhD in Sanskrit, she said. Amazing, that's a very tough thing to do, PhD in Sanskrit. I said, what topic did you study? You know what she said? Atheism was a topic. She did PhD in Sanskrit in Nastikavad. That is atheism. So I said, is that what you wanted to study? Said, no. Actually, my entire family from last 10 generations were atheists. Like today, I was at one of the devotees' house, Kartik Chandra Prabhu. So his family lineage is from a disciple of Vallabhacharya, which goes up to 14 generations in his family. So they have all the manuscripts of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in their house. He was showing me those things. Like this Mataji's 10 generations are atheists. Her only desire from childhood was to preach atheism and make people atheists. And that's why she took up Sanskrit and she studied Charvak principles of atheism and she gets PhD and she was gold medalist. And I said, who is your first disciple? He said, my Prabhuji. As soon as I got married, I preached to him all the principles of atheism and I converted him into atheist. I said, then how did you become devotees? So it's in this Prabhu was traveling in a metro in Delhi. So there was one devotee who was sitting next to him and he was doing something. So he asked, what are you doing? He said, we have beads and we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and this gives us Krishna Krupa. So he said, can I also do it? He said, yes. Then he took the mala and he hid that mala from Mataji for next 10 months and he was just chanting without Mataji knowing. After 10 months, one day she wanted to clean his bag and she dusted it and the mala fell down. She got really upset. He said, you did the third offense to the holy name. You disobeyed your spiritual master's order. How can you do it like that? The Mataji said. So the Prabhu said, no, actually I feel very nice when I chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So they had very big fight in the house. So this devotee went and told the devotees that I'm not able to convince Mataji, how can I do it? So they said, you don't do it, let Srila Prabhupada do it. And they gave him a Bhagavad Gita and he put the Bhagavad Gita on the bedside. So one day it seems Mataji was watching TV and suddenly there was power cut. So she was very bored. What should I do? And then she thought, okay, this book is there, let me read. And she picked up Srila Prabhupada's book and started reading. For next 6 hours continuously she read Bhagavad Gita. And the Prabhu came back home and the Mataji said, I want the photo of the person who wrote this book. So Prabhu got Srila Prabhupada's picture and he placed it in the bedroom. And for next 20 days, continuously she would read Bhagavad Gita and in 20 days she finished Bhagavad Gita. 21st day, she took up chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and she bought a photo of Krishna and Radharani, Radha Parthasarathi, kept in her house and she started worshipping. Now she is the second initiated devotee. How that happened? Just by allowing Srila Prabhupada to give his association. So the only way we can get transformed is by taking association. Association means allowing the devotees to change our consciousness. That is what association is. So when we do that, when we sincerely strive to progress, when we take this process very sincerely, seriously, that is when we will be able to advance in the path of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Any questions? So to wake up early, we have to sleep early. So when you sleep early, when you, like Mataji, she does not have any prasad in the night, she only has fruits. So when you eat stomach full and sleep, the only thing you will do is you get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So there are some practical ways of getting up is that you sleep early and you do not see phone for long time just before you sleep. It is recommended at least 40 minutes before you sleep, you should not see your mobile phone. And then you eat as early as possible because that is most important. If your health should be good, you should reduce eating in the night. Like our famous cricketer who just resigned from the test cricket, Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma. They were doing an interview recently, and she was telling, my health is 100% better when I stopped eating my dinner. He said, my dinner happens at 4:30 in the evening. So we are spending thousands of rupees to see what they are doing, but we are not actually, we are just seeing how they are making us fools, but we are not seeing what they are doing in their lives. So what they are doing actually is following all these principles. And you see Virat Kohli, he's chanting, he has the counter and he is doing japa. And they came to London and they attended Krishnadas Ji Kirtan program. Krishnadas Ji's Kirtan in London. And people are coming from London and going to some different places actually. So you see the difference how it is. So what we prioritize in our life, that is what we become. So we should start prioritizing it practically, sleeping early, eating early, thinking that, see, suddenly we should not put sudden change. Like suppose we are getting up at 8 o'clock every day, suppose, not you. And we should not tell from tomorrow I'll get up at 4 a.m. No, that should not do. What we should do is, I'm getting up at 8 o'clock. For next 1 month, I'll get up at 7:30. So when you reduce the target, take a half an hour, chalega. Okay. When you get accustomed to getting up at 7:30, you should tell the mind, now 7 o'clock. Then mind will say, okay, half an hour, chalega. Then again, 6:30, 6, 5:30, 5, 4:30. So in 6 months, you come to your target. That is how you should. Slowly, organically, maturely, you come to this. That okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Prabhu, you said, in the beginning about expectations, like, people expect from us. But sometimes we also expect too much from us. If we achieve one goal, we have to chase the other goal. And the goalpost actually moves.
Yeah. Yes. That is how the world works. But we have to have um, practical expectations from people. Like in my childhood, one activity my teacher gave, Mataji, he said that write all the qualities you want from your friend. Like that she gave. I wrote 25 qualities which I want from my friend. And then my teacher said, all of you think how many qualities you have in yourselves. Then we saw, actually, I was thinking 6, 7 of them were there. And they said, out of 20 out of what you thought, how many you have? Then I said 25 and up 7. Then she said, grade your performance. I gave 1 star for myself. I was just thinking, Array, I am 1 star, but I am expecting 5 star from others. That is the problem. So what we should do is we should expect. Without expectation, people will not grow. But for our expectation, we should have limit. How much to expect, from whom to expect, and when to expect. So everybody has different strength. So based on that, we should keep uh, giving them small targets. Like I did not expect Prabhu to get up from tomorrow 4 o'clock. I said next 6 months you can try and come to 4 o'clock. That's why our expectation should be practical. That is what I am saying. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhu.
How to build a faith in holy name?
How to build the faith in holy name? By chanting the holy name. When you chant sincerely, you get that faith. And Srila Prabhupada, one disciple, said, I'm not feeling like to pay obeisances to you. Prabhupada said, you keep offering obeisances, you will feel like. So how do we put faith? First start chanting, and then faith will follow. Any other question? Yes, Prabhupada.
What kind of activities we should do? Keep ourselves fit.
We should get up early day in the morning and take bath. First thing we do is when we were children, the first thing my parents would say is when we would get up early in the morning, we would recite something called the Hari Ashtaka. Hari Harati Papani, like that it starts. So It is said that you start your day with Harina. It is 2 letters, Hari. But now everybody is starting the day with 2 letters also. That is coffee. So it's not that you get up in the morning and run to the kitchen and start cooking and eat everything. No. First thing you do is you get up and take bath. After you take bath, then you are purified of all the ignorance, actually. Tamo guna. After you sleep, you see, you get up and you feel that kind of a very tamasic things you feel actually. All the holes are filled and very dirty, and so you clean yourself. And then first thing you do is thank God, Krishna, you have given me one more day. So first we start by showing our gratitude that we chant for some time. We do Deeparadhana, we pray to Krishna, we do Arati. May if you have some time, you can read Bhagavad Gita for 10 minutes every day. That's how you slowly start your day. Like as soon as we get up, we see our phone. I read, immediately put charge. Where is the charge? Where is the charge? You put charging. And once the charging is done, you feel okay, good. Now I can go out. So like that, you have to charge ourselves also. How do you charge ourselves? The spiritual input which we give charges us. Yes.
This is my personal problem. Like, I couldn't resist eating non-vegetarian food. I get tempted to it. I do daily prayers. I'm so much in love with Krishna. I'm so much attached as well. But after a week or so, again, I'll get tempted and I'll eat non-vegetarian. How do I stop eating this? Even kids also, sometimes if I say like let's stop eating non-vegetarian food, they keep saying, "Mama, don't do that because if you don't eat, you will not fulfill." So how do I, myself? How do I change, and how do I change my kids and family?
See, eating non-vegetarian and coming in front of Krishna is like murdering someone's child and going and asking help to their parents. So it is not different from that actually. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham bija pradapitaha suhridam sarvadehina. We are thinking that our children are so dear to us, but every living entity is child of Krishna, right? So we are killing somebody, Krishna's child, and we are standing in front of Krishna. How would Krishna feel?
నేను వెళ్ళేది ఉండే
ఒక క్లాస్ అయిపోయిందండి.
ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ నడుస్తుంది, నేను వెళ్ళాల్సి ఉండే.
So it is just like that. We should just think, what will a parent think if I murdered their child? That is how it is committing the aparat to a jiva. That is not acceptable at all. If we do it, then we are going far away from Krishna. So you should just think, how dear is my family for me? How dear is my life for me? How dear is my children's life for me? If our children, if they fall from one step also, oh, what happened? We are so worried. And we are killing somebody's child and eating, cooking and eating also. So we have to be very conscious. We should not do jiva. That is something which Krishna does not like. We just have to remind, hey, I want to live. That jiva also wants to live. How can it? We should see actually that Krishna's child is being cooked. We should restrain Krishna. And we'll all pray that get that strength, live in our state. And do it as soon as possible. Don't keep decreasing one piece, one. Any other questions? Any other questions? Anyway.
How help your teenage child, like
whenever, like in my personal experience, whenever I'm listening any spiritual talk, they are so engrossed with their mobile and their their friends talk. Don't play all these things when I am at home. They're getting irritated. So how to help the teen? I know the younger children are quite easy because it can bring them satsang and do. But when a child is teenage, it's quite very difficult. So can you please help? It's how.
So, Mataji, in my experience, to change a teenager is very difficult. So, once we have not been conscious while raising the child when he was young, it will take a long time to repair it. So, that upbringing from childhood had to be there. But for all of us, like now we are changing because suddenly we got introduced to this rice process. So what we expect is I am changing, so you should also change. But that is not the right age where they would want change. So we just have to give them some time. We just have to be patient with them. We should just understand them for some time. We should keep praying for them and gives them some time because as you enter the teenage period, you think that you are the guru, Jagat Guru of the entire world. So once one feels he is Jagat Guru, then he will not be able to change so easily. So it will take for some time for the Jagat Guru seat to go and you fall down on the ground and he starts crying. That is when you can help. So that's why we should always be very conscious while growing the children that we should keep imparting the spiritual knowledge actually. So what Chanakya says is that first 5 years you can pamper them. From 5 to 15 you have to train them. After Chanakya says you have to befriend them. So what we do is we pamper till 15 and start training them at 16. That will not work. So till 5, you pamper them. 5 to 15, train them. Train them is not hitting them or something. Telling them, this is right, this is wrong. This is right, this is wrong. This is not good, this is good. And being an example in front of them and showing them by practice. And at 15, they are likely to understand it. But from 16 to maybe 20, 21, till their university is over, you just have to tolerate them, pray for them, understand them, be for them, give time to them, talk to them, listen to them. That is how you can do. But you should not give upadesh that time. That is dangerous zone actually. Don't get into that.
Prabhu, can I add from my experience? When I was a teenager, I did not like all of this. I was just so busy with my studies and everything that every time my dad was very religious and spiritual, but I did not like it. And now I have become so spiritual. I send them videos that you should watch this, and I tell them that please leave onion garlic. So things change. I think they made this discover by them.
Trick is sometimes children know the stories. So problem is they just mingle with the facts. I know this story, what happened, whose name is who. But that practice, bring that feeling is not happening. So how to create that in your home or
By your own practice. By your own practice. And we practice nicely and pray nicely. That Krishna, please enlighten them also. And we don't preach to our family members. The first thing we should do is we should not be preaching. We should allow somebody else to preach to our family.
Sorry to
Because-
disturb you, bro. We have teens class actually.
Yeah.
We are
so
running one teens class.
we
youth
should
class.
we should allow devotees to preach. Somebody, the third party should come and preach. That is when they will understand more easily. If we tell our parents or if we tell our family members, तो बचपन से इसको देखा है अभी मुझे क्या बोल रहा है like that.
These days, Prabhuji, adults also get addicted to phones. Most of them are on phone. Even my colleagues, some of the family members, friends in the groups, they just be on the phone.
Yeah, what can be done? You see, very sad situation actually. phone has completely eaten up our consciousness. So we just have to very fastly understand the dangers of mobile phones and try different ways to stop it. Any other questions?
So any tips to balance different roles in life?
We have to make different things as priority. Like we have different roles. We are a mother. We are working. We are also managing the home. We are also a devotee. So we have to plan our day. Like yesterday, I was telling in the class. First, you should plan what you want to do. First, planning is half done. When you plan, you give certain time to each aspect of life. Then what happens is to follow it will become very easy. So unless you don't plan, you are not understanding it. Everything needs planning these days. I went to one devotee's house and it was written, there was a big board in the kitchen. You know how it was planned? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner for entire week was planned. And the way we opened the fridge and removed the rack out of it, based on the weekly menu, all the vegetables are also washed and kept ready in different boxes. Just have to remove it and put it in the stove with cooking done. I was thinking, my God, what an amazing idea, Mataji. He said, yes, Prabhu, when I plan and I keep everything ready, it saves my time and I can use that for something else. Because in India, I have experience. Most of the time goes in planning. Like my mother, she would feed a big breakfast when sometimes yearly 2-3 times when I go home. And then she will sit on the table and think, what should I cook for the afternoon? She will keep asking me, should I make that? Should I make this? Should I make that? Should I make this? Should I make that? Should I make this? 1 hour she will ask me questions. What should I cook? After 1 hour, I also process 1 more hour. What should I eat? And then she will take 2 hours to cook. See, entire afternoon is gone. Just to think about cooking and preparing for cooking and cooking. And then when I tell this is what, oh, that ingredient is not there at home. Let us go to the market and bring. Gone. One day it's gone. So every each and every small thing, when you start planning, it will save time. So that's why we should be very vigilant. What I do is plan one day in advance. Because if I plan for the whole week, definitely I know it is not going to go right. Because there will be so many ad hoc things coming up here and there. So I thought, let me plan one day in advance. What I have to do tomorrow. I know everything before I sleep. My mind is ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it will keep going. That is all. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I think we will stop here. I am very happy to meet all of you. And I seek prayers from all of you that we do some good service to Hari Guru and Vaishnavas. And may Radhalandaneshwara, Radha Gokulananda, Srila Prabhupada bestow their causeless mercy on all of you. Hare Krishna.
Let us all chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Pranwananda Das Prabhu ji ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna.